evening, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. It's an honor to welcome you here this evening to mark the opening of the Embassy of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas in the United Arab Emirates, which embassy will also be the center for relations with the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and Qatar. I thank the leaders of those countries and this one for agreeing to formal relations. It's been a long and interesting journey, and I'm pleased to join other CARICOM states in this capital city and look forward to working together in the Gulf region for the good of our CARICOM region. I bring you greetings from the Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, the Honorable Philip Davis, who has supported the expansion of our diplomatic footprint in execution of a promise made to the Bahamian people when he was elected in 2021. I welcome in particular tonight my colleague, the Honorable Pia Glover-Roll, who is the Minister of Labor, and her delegation that includes the Director of Labor, Howard Thompson, and to Ambassador Taran Maki, who is the ambassador, as you heard, to Kuwait, Bahrain, and Oman. I welcome tonight all the Bahamians who live in this city and region, and having met many of you before, I hope that this office will not only be one of great service to you, but also an office that provides you with a sense of pride in our country and its footprint abroad. Please feel at home. A bit of history for you. The Bahamas and the UAE established diplomatic relations on the 2nd of May 2011. The Bahamas established diplomatic relations with the state of Qatar on the 1st of August 2013. The Bahamas established diplomatic relations with the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia on the 23rd of November 2022. In the period between 2011 and today, we signed a visa abolition agreement with the UAE on the 27th of November 2016 and an MOU on technical assistance on the 17th of January 2022. We have agreements outstanding on asset protection and double taxation that ought to be concluded shortly. In addition, we have proposed similar agreements with Qatar and with Saudi Arabia. These proposals and agreements are designed to promote the deepening of cultural and people-to-people ties, economic cooperation and technical assistance, and functional cooperation in the sphere of foreign policy. We're seeking 7 offices in international organizations in the next voting cycles and into the future. These include elections to offices in the International Maritime Organization Category C this year, an office in the International Telecommunications Union, an office in the Food and Agricultural Organization, and a non-permanent seat on the Security Council in the year 2032 to 34, with the election taking place in the fall of 2031. We have concluded in this life that we cannot be wallflowers but active participants, even as some have chosen to abandon the established world international order in a retreat to isolationism and jingoism. As a small developing state, we have no choice but to go the other direction, and that is to seek to maintain the established institutions and to seek and work with them and within them for the good of ourselves and humanity. The hope is that the long arc of history will trend towards good sense and toward justice, and that when the total history of the period is written, the retreat will be seen as an aberration. In these efforts, the Bahamas pledges to work to use its voice to support peace and prosperity for this region and for this country, the UAE, because we believe that there is only one earth, and that prosperity here in UAE makes it possible for us to be prosperous as well. We believe that this engagement is a win-win for all of us. We believe that opportunities abound in our region, the CARICOM region, and that as a source of capital and expertise here in the Gulf, the CARICOM region and the Bahamas can benefit. I use this opportunity, therefore, to thank UAE for hosting the Conference of the Parties. That meeting was able to further concretize what is, for our country, the #1 foreign policy issue, and that is climate change. Climate change is existential for the Bahamas, with 80% of the land being within 1 meter of the sea. The prediction by some models is that without more, the island on which our capital city is situate, 30% of it will be underwater by 2070 and 70% by the year 2100. That is within the lifetime of babies born today. We pledge to work together with UAE and the region to continue the COP process and plan to be at the table in Brazil in November. Let me end then by congratulating Ambassador Tony Jody who was born in this region and chose to become a Bahamian citizen decades ago with a Bahamian wife and children and substantial investments in our country. He has brought into the Bahamas a great sense of patriotism and devotion to duty. He is tireless and assiduous in his work and impeccable in his manner and ethics. The Prime Minister and I are pleased at his work and support these efforts. I wish him and his team, the Deputy Chief of Mission, Eugene Poitier, the FSO's Patia Dean, Janet Johnson, Dominic Gomez, I wish them all well. I thank you and congratulate you all for this accomplishment. I thank all of you for coming tonight, and may Allah continue to bless the UAE and the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. Thank you and good night.